Pizza is one of the most popular foods in the world, and it's definitely a food that people miss a lot on keto. And Sarah and I have tried so many different pizza crust recipes on our channel. So today we're gonna talk about our favorites. And we're gonna categorize them into the lowest carb, the lowest calorie, and the easiest, to make it easy for you to decide which one is right for you, because every one of us does keto a little bit differently. Sarah and I, we like to call ourselves
technically keto,
which means that we're kind of relaxed about the way that we do keto, but we know that everybody watching us is not the same. So find which one will work for you in this video. And you know what goes great with pizza? Element. It goes great with anything. Sarah and I drink it every day. And they are the sponsor of this video. Element is a delicious electrolyte drink mix with everything that you need and nothing that you don't. That means lots of salt and no sugar. Element contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Sarah and I really do drink Element every single day because we love the way it tastes and it helps us on our keto lifestyle. That's because when you go into ketosis, you shed a lot of water, and inside that water are your electrolytes. This can leave you feeling tired, having muscle cramps, or nausea, also known as the keto flu. Element replenishes your electrolytes so that you feel better. Sarah and I like all of the flavors of Element, but our absolute favorites are the citrus salt and the grapefruit salt. It is so good. Right now, Element is offering our community a free sample pack so you can try 8 of their flavors with any purchase. In order to get this deal, you must go to drinklmnt.com/ketotwins. And while you're there, check out Element Sparkling, a bold 16-ounce can of sparkling electrolyte water. And before we get into it, we have tried over 405 different recipes on our channel, and some of those videos were actually trying multiple recipes
in one video.
Yes. And so we get a lot of questions like, did you like this more than this other thing? And honestly, we have to really sit down and think about it, which is why we are creating videos like this, because we try a recipe, we like it, and then we never think about it again.
We move on.
Right.
Yeah.
So for this video, we had to sit and look at every pizza video that we've ever done, which was traumatizing in of itself.
Some of them are very old, like 4 years old.
Yeah. So the first category is going to be the easiest low carb pizza. And this is for the lazy person.
Like us.
Like us. This is for someone who doesn't want to make their own dough. They just want to
whip something together really quickly.
And go. And it's probably the dirtiest. And we're dirty sometimes. So that would be the low carb tortilla pizza. This is when you take a low carb tortilla of your choosing. We really love the Hero low carb tortillas. We fry them up in a pan on both sides. We put all of our toppings on there. We stick it under the broiler and we eat it. Start to finish, it takes about 10 minutes to do.
And you can make multiple.
Right, you can make multiple and you can put anything you want on it. The low carb tortilla pizza is the easiest pizza that you can make on keto. Depending on how clean that you want to be, it might be something where you incorporate these types of things later on your journey when you can tolerate them more. It's one of our favorite ways to make pizza, and you can make it in the oven, you can make it in a pan, and you can do it in the air fryer. We just did that recently where we tried the air fryer tortilla hack, and we did like it. It took a lot less time than frying it up in a pan, but we would say that we preferred frying it up in a pan because we enjoy a crispy pizza crust.
Cooking on both sides kind of gives it a little bit of resistance when you're putting on like a soggy topping or something. It just holds up better.
A soggy topping?
Yeah, like pizza sauce.
A soggy topping. If you're going to be making a tortilla pizza, you should definitely check out the garlic bread hack that's in the air fryer. That is one of the best things that we've ever made on this channel.
So simple too.
It is kind of like a pizza without the tomato sauce.
Right. A white pizza? No, what's a white pizza?
That's Alfredo, right?
Oh, okay.
This is just, cheese, like butter, gerb. It's like a compounded herb butter, tons of it with mozzarella, more herbs on top. It's a double layer of the tortilla. Try it.
Divine. So our next category is most decadent, and it also is probably the most complicated crust that we've ever made. And that is for a chicken parmesan pizza crust.
Yeah, I actually saw this on an episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and I bothered Sarah for about 6 months to make it on our channel.
When Emily has something in her mind.
Right. I just never gave up on this idea, and let me tell you, it is super decadent, super filling, and very low carb for what it is. So we did a ground chicken with a bunch of herbs and spices in it, and then we flattened it out, froze it, and then we dipped it in egg, almond flour, and crushed pork rinds that we also put some seasoning in. We deep fried it, and then we built our pizza on top of it. And you might think that sounds crazy. It was, but it was really good. The only thing that I would say, if I could do it all over again, I wish I would have made it half as thick. It was pretty thick.
It's a sizable pizza crust.
And also it was like small, like
it was wide, but also small.
And I wish that we would have made it half as thick, twice as big.
How would we have breaded that though?
I don't know. Yeah, it was so long ago though. We weren't even filming like in Sarah's basement at that time. We were filming in her living room and the sun was setting.
It was a very long day.
And we didn't have lights. So the sun was setting and we were eating this pizza. Anyway.
Sometimes I look at the date and I go, I can't believe we made that 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 3 years ago. So everyone starts from somewhere.
So the next category, and I know this is very important for a lot of people, it is the lowest carb, but the best pizza crust that we have tried. And the one that I'm gonna bring up is the first one that we ever tried on this channel, and that was the pizza. And if you live in Chicago or the surrounding areas, you may not know this, but there is a restaurant or a pizza chain called Blue Malnati's that sells a sausage crusted pizza. And we order it from time to time. It's really good, but it's quite pricey.
Yeah.
So in this video, we tried to remake that at home, and we used Italian sausage as the base and 1 or 2 pieces of this pizza, and you're gonna be done. You're never gonna wanna eat again. But it's a really good pizza. It tastes really good, but you're gonna be eating this with a fork and a knife.
1 ingredient pizza crust.
You have to make it as thin as possible for me to really like it and enjoy eating it more than like a piece and a half, because I will just shut down.
You want it to be kind of thin so it will brown and get that nice Maillard, what do they call it? Maillard reaction. Yeah.
But if you're looking for something a little bit more reminiscent of a regular pizza that is more like on the carnivore side, then you should definitely try our next contender, which is
Chris Cooking Nashville's carnivore pizza crust. More than 1 ingredient.
Right, lots more than 1 ingredient.
Technique.
And technique, exactly. But you know what? It took a little bit to make, but it wasn't overly complicated. We tend to make everything way more complicated than it seems to be. But at the end of the day, I was thinking, I know I even said this in that video, it might be a good idea to like make these in advance and kind of like par cook them and then freeze them so that you could have a carnivore pizza crust whenever you wanted. I would say that compared to the pizza, this one has more of a pizza
crust
vibe.
Yeah.
Because with the pizza, you cannot pretend that it is anything else other than...
You can't really pick it up.
Right.
But this one, the Chris's one, you can actually pick it up.
Right. So all of the links to everything having to do with these videos is going to be in the description below the video player. We'll be leaving links to all these videos, plus we'll leave a link to his recipe as well, because go to him for the specifics. We're just us.
2 weirdos on the internet.
Yeah, right.
And also in the description, there are always codes for discounts on many different products and stuff, so definitely check out the description.
So there's people on keto that are really, really low carb, but did you know there are also people who are not only looking at the very, very low carb recipes, they also want it to be low calorie as well. And I could see how that would be beneficial. It's like you're hitting it at both ends, and you're probably gonna lose a lot of weight when you eat this way. So the next pizza crust category that we're gonna talk about is lowest carb / lowest calorie pizza crust that was actually good and we would eat it again.
So the next pizza is actually by Big Man's World, but it's actually for an egg white pizza crust. You knew this was coming. Egg whites have taken over keto and carnivore and the internet in general.
They've pretty much taken cauliflower and said, get out of here.
Every year there's a new thing that takes over the internet.
Right, what's next? I don't know what's next. It kind of scares me because that's where we're just gonna ride into the sunset making all those recipes too. We gotta do what works in this channel, okay?
History repeats itself. It might go back to cauliflower.
Oh no, I'm not ready for that yet. So I will say that I don't think we messed up on this recipe when we tried it. Ah!
Yeah, we did.
The recipe called for egg whites and
cornstarch.
Right. But you can't use cornstarch on keto. And so it said that you might be able to use coconut flour.
Tried it.
And so we tried it and it collapsed in on itself. But Sarah's like, do something. And I'm like holding the bowl like, what am I supposed to do? It's liquid. Sarah was like, oh, we should just use it. What do you mean? What are we gonna use? What are we gonna use, Sarah? It's liquid. Anyway, I'm still traumatized from that video. It was a long time ago too. So we decided to start over and we did egg whites plus cream of tartar, and it turned out that that worked. And we were so relieved. It did come out of the oven looking a bit suspect. It looked like a mud pie that was white. I don't know. It had all these cracks on it.
A baked Alaska.
Right. When we took it out of the oven, it kind of quickly deflated into a flat surface in which we built our pizza, and we stuck it back in. And at this point, I was gonna eat anything because I wanted this to work so badly. And when we went downstairs to try it, I was pleasantly surprised that it made a decent pizza. And it's low in calories, low in carbs, and it's pretty much just a kind of soft, a little bit crunchy vehicle for your pizza toppings, which in essence is what pizza is.
I think the whole crust and the pizza was 300 calories.
Right, and that's a lot. We put a lot of cheese on it, pepperoni, sauce. It was really good, and if you are looking for a low calorie, low carb option, definitely try that. So we must end with the pizza that we enjoy, because all of these are our personal opinion about what we like. And we're gonna end this with the one that tasted the most like an actual pizza. And of course it is the one that people are gonna boo about. It is called Most Like Normal Pizza Crust. That's what the category is. It is the one by King Arthur's Baking Company, and it is the keto wheat pizza crust. It has yeast in it.
Yeah.
It has gluten in it. And it tasted good, period.
Right.
It was pretty easy to make. It makes 2 decently sized pizzas. One of the pizzas, we kind of pre-baked it, and then we put a bunch of birria meat, birria sauce, cheese, cilantro, red onion.
Lime.
It was, lime. It was an amazing pizza that had so much flavor. And we actually used it again to make another pizza. It had like this white garlic sauce that was made 100% of garlic. You could kill many people with your breath with this one. But it also had like tomato pesto, mozzarella, sun-dried tomatoes, balsamic dressing, arugula.
The balsamic, we used like a Primal Kitchen one that didn't have any carbs in it.
And it was
divine.
We haven't made that one since. We should, because it was really good. Those 2 pizzas with that crust, they were excellent. And they taste the most like a really gourmet pizza, and the crust is on point. But if you are avoiding gluten or you can't eat it, then you're gonna want to avoid the King Arthur keto wheat crust.
I think it's a good treat every once in a while.
Right, if you can tolerate gluten.
Or if you're making a pizza for other people, this would be a good one to mix, you being able to eat it and other people, and they probably wouldn't know any different.
It does rise like a typical dough. Really, really good. We'll leave it linked in the description below. We always have a couple bags of this stuff on hand in case we want to make something extra special. But like I said, Sarah and I, we are technically keto, and we try to eat like clean 70% of the time, but 3 times a week we will throw something in that has wheat or gluten, because we want to be able to try all different types of recipes on our channel, so we live a pretty relaxed lifestyle.
And it keeps it interesting.
Right.
If you guys have a pizza crust that you want us to try, let us know in the comment section below. Don't really leave a link though, because YouTube doesn't like links, but you can let us know who made the recipe or what it's called, and we will look it up.
Do you want to tell people why you're wearing glasses today?
My husband is blaming me that I clog the sink because my hair is long, and sometimes I'm like in the mirror and doing my hair or whatever. So the sink was clogged, and so I put a plunger down there and I started plunging it, and some weird stuff came up and hit me in the eye. And so now I'm scared
to put in her contacts because she's afraid that she might have like sewage in her eyes.
I don't know. Yeah.
But you know what? Only our closest friends will watch this part of it. That's why it's at the end of the video.
If you are here still,
we thank you.
Comment plunger. I don't know.
Is there like an emoji? If you're still here, an eyeball, an eyeball and a plunger emoji, and we'll know like who like the hardcore Keto Twins audience is.
So stay till the end. So if you guys want to see that amazing birria pizza, you can click on the video on the screen and we'll see you over there. It was so delicious. Anyway, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Emily. And we are the Keto Twins signing out.
I don't know why I did that.